In the 1950s, Texas was a huge farming state. Cotton farming was a way of life here. Many families survived picking cotton. This is a story about how two men influenced the lives of a group of boys in rural northeast Texas. In 1955, in the city of Greenville, a man named O.A. Race decided to start a boxing league. He found some of the scrappiest young men in the city, and with his own money and donations from various people, he opened up a boxing gym. One of those men was my father, Charles Jones. O.A. was married and had 3 young children, 2 girls and a baby boy. He worked at the local flour mill full-time and spent all of his free time working with these young champions. Some of these young men were troubled kids. O.A. kept many of them off the streets and out of trouble by keeping them focused on boxing. He was known to get them out of jail, often at his own expense, and get them back on track.
He boxed in the Navy. He was about 6 feet tall, weighed about 220, 230 pounds. Tough as nails. And he loved boxing. And some boys, I guess, before my time, they just would hang around wherever he was working out. And before they knew it, he had a boxing team. And they had a boxing team several years before I started boxing. But he was just a real good guy. He took a lot of troubled youths and got them out of trouble, got them to work boxing, and got them on the right path.
Reese Davis worked at the local barbershop, Shining Shoes. He had been a professional fighter who won 39 fights and 25 knockouts. So Charles went to Reese and asked him to teach him how to box.
I had heard of Reese Davis, and I'd seen him. He worked at the barbershop.
What did you hear about him? What did you know about him?
Oh, I heard he was a professional fighter.
He was a professional fighter.
And where he lived, and he had a ring set up in his backyard. He had a punching bag. He had the whole thing. And guys would go over and work out if they wanted to, So I went down and met him, got acquainted with him, and talking, and he loved to talk boxing. He was a middleweight. He was a state middleweight champion in 1948. I remember that.
State middleweight champion in 1948.
Yeah. And so we got acquainted, and I asked him if he would teach me how to fight. And he did. He just passed it up. Yeah, come down and work out. Wasn't no lecturing, no nothing. So I used to go around to his house. And then that summer I started working out a little bit. And I'd stop at the barbershop and we'd stand out front and talk, This was 1955.
Reese trained Charles and some of the other boys. With the help of Reese and O.A. Ray, the boys were becoming exceptional fighters. Charles became a champion. He fought approximately 90 fights, winning all but 9. Reese and O.A. continued to coach and mentor the boys who became the talk of the town. These 2 men, Reese and O.A., were committed to the young men of Greenville, Texas, and their influence changed the lives of some of these men forever. In Greenville, Texas, the local Boys and Girls Club is held in the Reese Davis Recreation Center.